Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of From Downtown. Today we're going to talk about the 26-27 season. Of course, in this off season that's going to be coming up over this summer. Um, Honestly, these are all my thoughts. I'm going to try to keep it quick because I feel like I just did the video for the bottom five teams. So I'm going to try to do the top three and see if I can kind of finagle a way for them to be successful, even though the top three are already kind of very successful anyway. So this year, our projected increase in our salary cap will be 7%. So that means our cap goes up to 165 million. Our luxury tax goes up to 200 million. Our first apron goes up to 209 million from 195, and then our second apron goes up to 222 million, up from like 205. So these are early projections, subject to change. All my opinions, all of my thoughts, nothing else to do with anybody else. I think that these three teams are teams that definitely can fight for a championship. It all depends on how this offseason goes and how this offseason goes and how they construct or reconstruct their roster. So, starting off with the team that I feel like has the most in projected player salaries, projected payroll, cap holds, not too many incentives, not too many trade exceptions, and that's the damn Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs right now have an 11-man roster. They're waiting on a team option from Craig Porter. I think they probably get rid of that option at like 4 million, 4.5 million. Um, and I think they move on from guys like Thomas Bryant to save a few bucks. But the biggest thing over this summer is seeing if James Harden, like he was rumored to do, is going to accept his player option. Um, if James Harden accepts his player option at around 42 mil, I believe that they are definitely going over second apron if they don't move a guy. When I say a guy, I mean Jared Allen or Evan Mobley. Their top five uh, player projected salaries are, I think at one is Donovan Mitchell, two is Mobley. They both making like 50, and then James Harden will be making 42. Jared Allen will be making somewhere in that 30, and then Max Strus will be making like 20 something. So I feel like they are very top heavy with guys they shouldn't probably be top heavy with. Um, so I think that they making a big move or a big splash this offseason. It's very likely. I can see Evan Mobley moving on. I can see Jared Allen getting put in the trade package for something else, or I can see that happening, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like I've seen a lot of rumors about Evan Mobley getting packaged up to get Giannis, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And I've been seeing rumors, of course, with LeBron coming back to Cleveland. Like I'm like, oh, is this like crazy, or do you feel like they really can win with those pieces? I think a Giannis move, that's great, but agent LeBron with the same roster you have constructed, I don't think it changes anything. Um, in terms of the East too, especially with the Celtics coming back strong. I did that because I don't know if JB gonna be there. And the Knicks, of course, that just swept their ass with basically a roster that ain't even reaching the first apron. So, uh, yeah, this is gonna be a fun off season for them. I think this will be the second year in a row that they will be, if they are, over the second apron. So that means they can't put aggregate salaries in trade. They can't sign in trade. You're going to lose access to their mid-level exceptions. Um, so I know they definitely won't do it again next year. But if this is the time that they feel they need to win, I feel like they go all out this offseason. I think the Cavs are the only team on this top three list that will go all out for anything. Because if not, they have to blow it up. There's too much money being spent to be mediocre, if that makes sense. Um, like I said, Craig Porter had the team option. Uh, James Harden is up for his player option. I feel like he's going to accept it because he knows it's shit. I'm probably not going to get that much money anywhere else. Let me go ahead and accept this option. Stay with my guys because he did play well I can't stunt. He played well. That last series, it blew it, but he played well. And it sucks to say it, but like Donovan Mitchell and James Harden together are great as long as we can keep them out of the postseason. But it's like, honestly, I think they do make a big splash this offseason. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like I said, they're definitely a team that's going to teeter that second line, that second apron line, and probably do enough to either be over it or try to come down off of it once the season starts. But I feel like they would definitely in this offseason be buyers. They are not. I don't see them being a seller of anything. I feel like they're buying. If they're selling, they're packaging it together for another huge star that's going to take like a huge amount of that salary cap of that they have to spend. So, yeah, I think the Cavs are in the most dire position to show what they can do, especially with Donovan Mitchell coming up for an extension. I think in the 27 season. Do we extend him, or do we move on and let him go be great somewhere else? Yeah, because you can't waste talent, and I think Evan Mobley is also up for another extension coming up in the next 2 years. So you're wasting time and you're wasting talent. And the way Evan Mobley played in the playoffs, the two bigs, I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. So from my perspective, I wouldn't be mad at Evan Mobley leaving, especially if you can get back something great. And I'm not even saying just Giannis. I'm saying if you can get back something that can help them in all aspects. Because if Max Strus is my fifth highest paid player on my roster at this moment, we need to do something. Next team that I want to talk about is the Thunder. The Thunder really, the Thunder are estimated to be over the second apron, but looking at their roster construction, I don't think they will be. I don't think they probably be close. They have player options on Isaiah Hardenstein. Isaiah Hardenstein's player option, but team option. I'm sorry. They have team options on Isaiah Hardenstein, Kenrich Williams, and there was one other guy. They have Dort. So Hardenstein is on a team option which they can decline for $28.5 million, which is crazy work. But I mean, like if he's your true only big and you are finna pay Chet and J Dub their contract extensions, which I think they do, I believe that the value for Hardenstein is there, but that means Dort and Kenrich Williams will be walking regardless. So Dort has a player option of 18 million. Kenrich Williams has one like a 7 million. If you get rid of those two guys, you got 25 million in cap space to play with. I don't see the Thunder making a quote unquote splash in the offseason, because getting rid of Dort only opens up the line for guys like Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe. Getting rid of Kenrich Williams opens up, like I said, for Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace. It's the same. Like they have so many damn guards over there, that it's going to be hard for me to see them keeping Dort and Kenrich Williams. I think both of them are gone regardless. Like Jared McCain is stepping into himself. Aaron Wiggins is stepping into himself. Like I think those are the guys they'll be with moving forward, and just take the 25 million cap space that they can get back from not releasing, but declining the option on Dort and Kenrich Williams. Kenrich Williams haven't done much in the postseason, so I think they're already kind of preparing for that. A lot of the shit I do see about the Thunder is about Thomas Sorber, who they believe could be a true center. So if you believe that Chet and Thomas Sorber and maybe a guy that you can get through offseason or through a sign and trade can be a true big for you, because I think Hartenstein is definitely a big. He's a big's big. Like he can hit a floater around the rim. He's not shooting. He sets great screens. Probably the best screener in the league. But do you pay him 20, 28, 30 million for that? Yeah, that's the iffy one. If you pay 28 to keep him there, that's true. It just depends, I feel like, on how this series ends with Wemby. And of course, moving forward in the future, they're like, shit, we're gonna keep having to go up against the Spurs. We're gonna need a big like Hartenstein, because to be honest, he showed me enough that he can stay in front of somebody like Wemby and at least aggravate him enough to make it to where you gave Wemby some type of trouble. Cause I don't really see a lot of people giving Wemby trouble, but I think that the way they're playing him this series is giving Wemby a small amount of trouble. Cause like last night, Game 5, Wemby only had like 20 points, 21 points. And then the fucking Game 4, he goes off for 30 and something else. And then fucking Game 1, it was 30 and 20. And so you kind of gotta prepare for the future with this team. I feel like with the Thunder, because y'all gonna be going up against probably the Spurs and maybe the Rockets if they do their thing right for the next couple of years. I only said the Rockets because they were on my bottom 5 list, but they have enough space to make a lot of changes. They can make a lot of changes quick too, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, I mean, the player option, not even player option, I'm sorry, the contract extensions for J-Dub and Chet definitely going through. I don't see them getting rid of either one of those or turning any one of those down. Both of those guys are going to be making over $40 million. So, they'll be the 2 top highest players on their payroll until Shea comes back around for his extension. I think the only 2 other players, the only other player who was making that much, well, supposed to be making that much is Paolo this year. So, I think the Thunder will stay flexible enough to stay in that second apron. If they do go over it, they'll definitely be able to get out of it. Like I said, with just declining a few of those options that they have with Dort and Kenrich. I really don't even know why they're estimated to be on this list because, like I said, Dort's definitely gone. So if you don't keep Kenrich, that's cool, but you have at least $18 million open up. And at worst case, it'll be $25 million that opens up for you on your cap space to allow you to go make some moves. Yeah, the Thunder already have a 15-man roster. They ain't getting rid of us. They ain't getting rid of nobody. They're really a club that makes their in-house guys better. They don't really stretch out that much to go find other guys, and that kind of leads me into the next team, which is Denver. The same type of dilemma they have with their thing, with their organization, but they aren't as polished as the Thunder. Denver, 10-man roster right now, very top-heavy in terms of cap space. 2 $50 million cap hits with Jokic and Murray, and then you have Aaron Gordon making around 38. And then I think it's like Cam Johnson and then something else. So I'm thinking a lot of the people that they're paying, well, the fucking 3 guys that they're paying are worth it to me. $50 million for Murray, crazy. But the $50 million cap hit for Jokic, cool. And 38 is cool for Aaron Gordon to me. I feel like I said, like Denver and OKC, those are teams that really rely on developing. They don't make splashes out in the market that much. So I don't think that will change anytime soon, which is why I feel like Denver, of course, would not be over the second apron, even though they're estimated to be. But Denver has never been over the second apron in the last 6 years. So I don't think that would change now unless they feel like it's a win-now situation and they're going to get rid of Murray or Gordon going into the next year. But I think that Gordon is up for another extension coming up in 26 in the October area. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Murray. I don't know what Murray could do. I like that. I feel like they are a competitive team, and I see now why they got rid of MPJ, because MPJ was going to be making around that 32, 33 area, like right below Aaron Gordon, and it kind of would have kept up space, even though what you paid Cam Johnson $10 million less than that. I like that. I like the efficiency of that trade because MPJ is a great shooter, great scorer. But I feel like for that extra $10 million, you can kind of get the same thing out of Cam Johnson as, even though MPJ takes some fucking tough shots, I'm talking crazy shots, you can get kind of the same efficiency. No, you probably get better efficiency out of Cam than you did MPJ. But MPJ did take some big shots and kind of pushed him over the hump when he was there. So, right now, they estimated to be like $1 to $2 million below the second apron, and I don't think they'll ever touch it. The second apron, that is, but you never know. Right now, Jalen Pickett is the only one they have for a team option. His is only like $2 million, so I think if you want to keep him, that's cool. But I think that the guy that maybe can be moved just to open up some more money. It's like Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson had a great season last year, and Jonas Valanciunas. I think that Valanciunas is up for like 10 to 12 million this year. And if you let him walk, you just save 10 to 12 million in cap space, and then another 6 to 7 if you let Peyton Watson go as well. But I think that Peyton kind of proved himself this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him. Yeah. Even though it's like 7 million, like he's a backup point guard, it's cool. Spencer Jones is up for like a 2.6 qualifying offer. I think he stays as well. He proved himself in the playoffs enough to give him another chance, just to keep pushing. But I think that Jonas time is done, and it's kind of sucks because it looks like both of their bigs, Jonas and Deron Holmes, might be moving. You have Jokic, of course, so you just need a serviceable big just to be there when he's not on the court. Of course, we get that, or it's just another serviceable big to be able to defend other bigs, not necessarily do anything that that Jokic does. That's why I think Jonas could walk. I think Deron Holmes can walk. They can find another big for cheaper to do what they need to do, just to solidify that paint area, because Jokic is so versatile. I feel like he plays 30, damn near 28, 29, 30 minutes a game. It doesn't matter that you are going to have a big that you might pay $2 million to. That's cool. He just needs to be on there when defensively Jokic can't keep up. And I feel like that's where it's going right now. Just make sure Jokic is secure and safe in all aspects of the game. He has shooters around him. I think that you can find a way to add more shooters. If we can get more shooters, that's cool. Because waiting on Christian Braun and Cam to kind of be those guys is funny. But Christian Braun has proved it. Cam has proved it before. But it's like in the playoffs, you kind of saw like where if it tails off, they're not the guys that they were in the regular season. So, honestly, Denver could do some crazy things. I feel like right now in the offseason, but it's not going to be for big splashes. Like I said, they're not a splash organization. They're not going for the big name guys. If they move, it's for depth on the bench, or reserves for your guards. Like I think they're guard heavy. Julian Strother, they got him listed as like a 2-3. So, the only thing I can see is them getting rid of the bigs and recouping on more bigs to give bench depth, and then keeping the guards, or get rid of one big, one guard, and then try to find you something to make, I guess, Jamal Murray more of a valuable option as your starter. Because I feel like with Peyton Watson being there, if you put Peyton Watson and Jamal Murray on the floor at the same time, even though it rarely happens, it's like it doesn't look too well. So I think that those type of things are going to be played into their psyche to start for this year. But honestly, I don't think Denver is a team that would ever be at the second apron, just like the Thunder. So off of my estimates of what I see for the top three, the only team that's in dire need to do anything right now is the Cavaliers. Like I said, I'll talk about the Rockets later, but the Cavaliers are the ones right now in a dire need to make a move, and I wouldn't be surprised at a big splash from them, trades from them. I wouldn't be surprised at any of that over this offseason, because the way the Celtics ended up last year, the Celtics started the year like maybe 12 million over the second apron, and then throughout the year they traded guys, got rid of Anthony Simons. I think they got rid of some other guys that had big contracts, and kind of just did signing trades or sign 10-day guys to make sure that they made it through to the end of the season, to where they could be under that second apron like they did, and still be a fucking contending team, even though JB was there alone. Yeah, I think that Denver is not a splash. OKC is not a splash, but Cleveland definitely has to make a splash, or you blow the whole team up, especially being over the second apron for 2 years straight. Nah. But other than that, I'm gonna drop the other one for the bottom 5 teams later, so we can talk about more teams, of course, or tomorrow. But other than that, that was from downtown, and these are solely my own thoughts. This is how I would be if I was on 2K or something. So don't think nobody helped me with this shit or told me this or GMs or anything. But if you see anything or hear anything that I said that you want to like rebut against or be like, the Nuggets will never get rid of Jonas Valanciunas, even if it is 10 million. Put it in the comments and just let me know, because I'm not really definite on any of this shit. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised or remiss if any of this happened. So, yeah, y'all guys lock in, and we'll be back soon, later or tomorrow. See ya.